Are you still there, fish? Nice head shakes. Feels nice and heavy. You can have one look. Ooh, the water's cold.
Canadian Sport Fishing is brought to you by Rapala, premium fishing gear crafted from experience. Yamaha Outboards, reliability starts here. Dickies, guaranteed workwear since 1922. Lucky Strike, more fish bite with a Lucky Strike.
I've just changed to slip bobber and I had a hit because I've been getting hooked up so much on trees. I'm letting him take it. Right. Feels nice and heavy. Don't think it's a muskie. You know, the fish are so sluggish. As I said earlier, the water's cold. So they're not fighting too hard. Feels like a walleye again, maybe a little bit bigger than the other one. It's kind of nice to have the float there so I can see where the fish is. Oh yeah, nice eating walleye. Beautiful yellow color. You know, this is so nice because I'm here. I have no competition this time of the year. And this guy really inhaled that large minnow that I had targeted for muskie. If you come over, look at how beautiful these marbled. See those gorgeous colors? You know, when you talk about fall walleye fishing, we're about a couple days away from November 1st. And you can see I've got my quilted jacket on and I've got rain pants on because I'm in the kayak. The water temperature is about 45 degrees. And I'm dragging some big bait fish around to see if I can get some nice sized walleye like this and also some muskie. Don't know if you can see how deep that fish inhaled that bait fish. See that treble hook is way back there? He's not actually hooked in any vitals. And because I'm using these tiny trebles, look at it, that came out nicely. Look at that. Isn't that a nice walleye to get? Just fishing out of a kayak. I mean, the nice thing about doing this time of the year, the fish are a little bit more lethargic, so they don't fight as hard. But you know what? They're very plentiful, and if you can fish some of the deeper pools, I'm just going to revive them for a second, because I've held them up very carefully. You can locate schools of them. So I've been marking quite a few fish and bait fish. That spot where I hooked that fish, it was about 20 feet deep. The rest of the river was about 7-8 feet just before that. So I think that's the pattern, and I'm hoping to stumble into a muskie doing this. So I'm going to put him down again. And I think he's almost revived. I can't get over how gorgeous he is. And I don't think he's going to take long to take off. Can you believe that? Now, isn't this a nice little rig? Just with the slip bobber. This slip bobber is a little bit bigger than what we would use for trout fishing because I'm using a couple, and they're about a 1/4 ounce egg sinkers. You can see them just below the float there at the tip. You can see that swivel. That swivel is really important because it's the connection to that 50-pound fluorocarbon. That's what this heavy line is. And then I've got that rig with the single hook and the treble hook, just because the fish are so lethargic, so that you get them at least with one. But you know, both walleyes have had with 2 hooks. So that swivel is really important because it stops those 2 little egg sinkers that I have there from coming down, okay? But also, because we're using pretty big bait fish, they're about 4 or 5 inches long, that swivel absorbs any of them swimming around, so you don't get a line twist. And I don't think you need much longer than this, even if I get a muskie. That's probably about, I'm guessing, 20 inches long. And the hooks don't need to be big. I believe that the single hook that I have at the front is about a number 4 hook. The treble is probably about a number, I'm guessing, 6 treble hook. Same kind of hook that would be on a number 11 original Rapala. Okay, so I'm going to get back up there, and then I'm going to bait up with another bait fish. This is nice. You know, the weather's so nice. They called for a high of about 9 today, and it rained earlier this morning, so you can see my rain suits back there. I've got my lunch in here. The nice thing about this particular unit of Ocean Kayak, look at the sonar right here. You can see it's a color screen. So it's very easy to tell the difference between fish or bottom. On the right, the little flashes that you see coming up on the right of that line, that's called the RTS, the real-time screen. So this is exactly what the sonar is picking up at the millimicrosecond speed. And this is what it's drawing. So this is all history here as we're drifting down the river. So you can see even though we got a steep bank here, it's about 4 to 6 feet deep. And a lot of the Burnt River is that deep. So you got to look for the pockets. There's, look at little clumps of bait fish. So you can see how accurate this is. You know, besides having the sonar, you can see I've got my rod holder there. I've got a couple of rod holders on the back of my seat, which is kind of handy right behind me here. I've got rod holders that are built into the boat. I've got my cradle right here. I got my pinnacle pail that's really close. And especially when you're in a kayak or a canoe and the water temperature's around 45 degrees and maybe you don't have a camera crew with you, really important to wear a PFD, even if nobody's around, because it's just smart in case you fall in the water. Okay, time to go back up there. Get another one of those beautiful walleye.
Dickey's Sport Fishing Sweepstakes.
I was down rigging for salmon in Lake Ontario with my boyfriend Alan when the rod just went off. We knew it was a good fish as soon as it hit. It was screaming so loud of the drag, and finally after 45 minutes we landed the fish and we took some pictures. It weighed almost 30 pounds and then we released her.
We'd love to hear your fishing story. Go to our website and enter the Dickey's Sport Fishing Sweepstakes. It's free, and you could win some great prizes.